I'm making an omelet and shark wants... The big bad shark wants some footage of me cutting because I gave her the idea. So, we're gonna do some cutting. Of course, I'm gonna end this so that way the freaking 10 minutes it took me to find everything's cut out. Whoops! Hello there, everyone. I decided to do a voiceover because I made a lot of mistakes and I tried to play them off in this video, and I don't want to be like one of those people, so yeah. Anyway, let's talk about everything I did wrong and everything well, not everything I did right. Like taking the sim off, yeah, I did that right, but let's talk about stuff I did wrong so you people don't make the same mistake. Like here, I did not properly sharpen the knife, so it didn't cut cleanly. And that jump cuts from after I sharpened it properly so it would have a clean cut. Oh, that cut looks so much better. Okay, I'm taking a little stim bit out of there. Using the same knife to save on dishes. Good. And here's another part I messed up. I'm just trying to pull the stem out. Yeah, and this works. It normally does, but it'd be easier to flip it and then cut on the other end too. It would just make it easier. Okay, back to tomato. Time to cut up this tomato. Okay, yeah, this part's uniform. This one's fine. And, nope. Too close to the fingers, You didn't need to cut there. There was no point in cutting there. That was way too close. You could have hurt your hands. Do not do that. I'm using the back of the knife to make sure the blade doesn't dull. That's good. I cut out the part where I cut up the top of the tomato because I thought it was too embarrassing. I forgot about that. Embarrassing because I couldn't cut the freaking top of tomato properly. Anyway, okay, fine. Let's talk about cutting the green onion. Yeah, normally I would like to use the back of the knife closer to the handle when I'm cutting like these because, one, it's thicker, two, you get more space for leverage, you can put a little bit more force down to cut easier. Unfortunately, this is a knife that for years I have not sharpened properly, so the back of the knife is a little wonky. It's not smooth. It's not straight. It's a little wonky, so there's a part to where I'm pretty sure if I kept sharpening in like I did before I started trying to do it, well, before I started doing it properly, I'd be able to stick my finger underneath the knife without getting cut. But now I'm trying to sharpen it more properly, so that ain't gonna happen. Though to compensate this, I have a cutting style to where I cut down and push forward to make sure it's cut all the way through. And I did the thing to where I cut way too close to my finger again, and didn't cut it, but I could have. Please don't do this. It's not safe. Oh, and here's the part where I wrestled with the bag of onions for a bit, because there was a small white onion in there that was stuck. And made sure I couldn't pull out the purple onion. And for some reason it had a little bit of pink on it. I don't know why that white onion has a little bit of pink on it. I do not know. But anyway, got the red onion out. Time to give it a little wash, get nasty stuff off. I'm moving this picture up a bit so that way you can see a little bit more clearly what I'm doing. And I messed up on the part where it's supposed to go back down, so that's why I'm doing it slowly. But hey, you can tell I'm taking another layer off because I was complaining that the outermost layer, at least a part of it, was still on there. Though I like to remove a few of the outer layers because they tend to be rubbery. And here, yeah, that works, but you could have bridged the knife and do it in a sawing motion so that way, you know, it's not likely to go flying into the air. If you slip detail, be less likely to kill someone. But yeah. It worked. No one died. So I'll let it go. I'll let it slide for now. And that first attempt cut was when I messed up because I decided to look at the camera instead of at my hands. Good thing I didn't chop off my own hands. And here, it's not very obvious, but I messed up here because on the left side of the onion, where the tip of the blade was, I pushed way further on that end than on the thicker end, so The left end is actually is cut closer to the stem of the onion. The stem, the core. I can't remember what it's called. The part of the onion that holds it together so it doesn't fall apart, and has all the roots growing out of it. Yeah, I'll just call it the stem. That part on the left side is closer cut to the stem than on the right. So the technique I'm doing to make it to where when I cut downwards on the onion, it will be already turned into little onion cubes. I already messed up. It will not cut evenly, so there's going to be one side that's going to be probably cubed, and another side I'm going to have to just cut into cubes the other way. And here I messed up trying to get as many of these upper layers as possible, but that very top one did not want to comply. Okay, that cut was good. That cut was good, though you should probably go a little bit further back. That cut was good, but you should probably go a little bit further back. That was a lot. That was also good, but go a little further back. Go a little further back. Go further back. You went further away. Go back. Okay, that one's just too skinny. Yeah. You don't... Okay, where I messed up here is, like, I didn't go far back behind the onion enough. You don't want to completely cut it off, and I would not suggest you cut into it when there's, like, a paper-thin strand left holding everything together, unless you're really good at cutting and have a sharp enough knife. What I'm doing here is I'm cutting vertically and diagonally, so that way so the onion will be pre-cubed, and then I just have to chop it, and I will have a bunch of small cubes, so it will be easier for me. That did not cut perfect. That did not cut cleanly, but that worked. And I forgot to cut the little bit at the bottom that's sticking out that you can clearly see. But I didn't notice, so I'll let that slide. I wasn't paying attention to the thing I was cutting. Oh wait, that's dangerous! And here I was talking about putting the onion away because I wasn't planning on using it all, but then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna dice the entire thing because I might not be using it all now, but I can use it for something later. And I did. And I did it properly. But oh well. Oh well. Okay, Bridget. 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 You clearly are struggling to hold the onion properly. Bridge the onion. Bridget. 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 Oh my god. Bridge it so you don't slice off your fingers. Yes, thank you. Okay, when you bridge... No! Oh my... Okay, when you... For those of you who don't know what bridging is when you basically kind of like make a U shape with your hand in a way to where the knife can go underneath your palm, but you're still allowed to... still able to grab onto the food without cutting yourself. It's really handy for when you can't hold food a certain way, but as long as you're not sticking the knife at your fingers, this technique will allow you to keep on cutting whatever you're holding without risk of chopping off your fingers. And I did it so that way I could get the knife into place before going back to the wrong way that could possibly slice off my fingers. Oh my god, I went to a class that a cooking class that taught you knife skills and knife safety, and I'm just throwing that out the window. And what am I doing with my fingers? What the... Okay, this gone on for way too long. Oh wait, you're trying to show that I didn't cut my fingers even though it looked like I cut my fingers? Yeah, I didn't cut my fingers somehow, even though I have done that in the past by not using a knife properly. Well, that and not using using too much force with a potato peeler. That too. Okay, what's going on here? I do not remember anything I recorded today. Oh, okay. I have something in my mouth. I'm putting the onion I don't think I'll use away in a container, so that way I can use it for something I might use later, like what I did earlier today, make chili dogs, so that way everyone can have a nice warm something because it's snowing outside. Though I did something with that batch of onions inside the container that I did not do here, which I should have done here. Well, not here, but in the video, which I did not do. Oh, I really wish I did, though. But oh well. Oh well. Oh, and while I got you guys here, if I randomly cut myself off, that's because there is a bit at the end of the video where I left the audio in, where I was just basically saying, I messed up, I messed up, I messed up, over and over again. Okay, yeah, you can make sure the countertop is clean. Using a paper towel to wipe the onion into your hand so you can throw it away. Despite the fact that I cleaned that countertop just so it'd be clean enough to eat off of, so I wouldn't have to throw any onion away. So I wouldn't have to throw anything away. And then I threw everything away because I'm dumb. Ah, yes, the fork. And after I cut out nearly 10 minutes of me looking for a tiny whisk I had, just so I can compare the two, going like, oh yeah, you could use a whisk, you can use a fork. I'm gonna use a fork because it's easy to clean. But I wanted to show off a little tiny whisk I had because I thought that tiny little thing of just a bunch of metal threads was the cutest thing, and I wanted to show it off. Okay, cracking of the eggs, that's proper. Okay, you could have put the eggs on the napkin to save time, but okay, yeah, just throw them in the trash can. But hey, no eggshells. Yep, still no eggshells. And I saw in the camera the reflection of the light and thought that was a piece of eggshell. You forgot to put soap on that, so you're just smearing egg whites around D-tone. Oh yeah, and I was recording on my phone, so there's a random aspect ratio change. Yeah, my dad called me, asked if we had ranch dressing, I told him no, hung up, and then had to start recording again. And it switched out of portrait mode to this. And I couldn't get it to look nice or consistent by squatching, stretching, rotating it, so I just decided, I'm not gonna do anything. A little dollop of milk came out because I wasn't paying attention to the eggs. I was trying to make sure the camera had a good shot of me beating the eggs. Oh, I guess whisking the eggs. Whatever. It's the same thing in this situation. Gonna clean up the milk? No, you're gonna show that the eggs are at the texture you like? Okay. Okay, he did clean it up. Okay, oh, okay, yeah. I did have the cutting board on the stove because where I was gonna put the cutting board out of the way, there was no room because someone decided it's more important. No, saute the onions, saute the onions, saute the onions, saute. Don't put them in the eggs yet. Ah, no. Oh my, no, saute. If you don't know what sauteing is, it's when you take a little bit of oil or butter, and with the onions in this case, you don't use as much as you would use to fry something. It is kind of frying, but it's a lot less oil and butter or whatever you use to fry. In this case, you would light fry them until they would be golden brown or clear. But in here, I got lazy and decided I'm just gonna say I like onion raw and just cook it at the same time as the eggs. No, unless if you leave the eggs on for a long time, the eggs are gonna be overcooked and the onions are not gonna be sauteed enough for my liking. Don't be lazy. Oh my god. I blame whoever decided to leave all those egg dishes on the other counter, which I was gonna put the cutting board, but it was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna stack this cutting board on a bunch of mugs and bowls. Even though it was just one mug and one bowl and I could have just put it in the sink and I didn't. No, that was my fault. I should put them away. Something to calm my nerve. Butter. Just, watch it melting. I would put on some music, but, I don't got anything other than the jazz music, and I don't think that would be... I don't think it would fit here. Also, I put this in just because I thought it would be satisfying to watch butter melt. Which I also put on ×2 speed because I also thought it was taking too long. I do not remember what I was saying here. If I believe the audio, I could put the audio clip back in to hear whatever I was rambling about, but I do not want to. I was talking stupid for a lot of this. What are you doing with the knife? What are you doing with the butter knife? What were you doing with the butter knife? I do not know what he was doing with the butter knife. What was I doing with the butter knife? Okay, here I was saying something about rolling through the galaxy because I thought the butter looked like a comet or something. Okay, dumping an egg and raw onion that should have been sauteed because the egg will not take long to cook. I remember at some point I was saying I was making a healthy omelet, but I was also talking about dumping cheese on there. It's like, it's not a healthy omelet if you're dumping cheese on it. Oh my god. Okay, so here I'm trying to use the spatula to make sure the edges don't stick, so that way I could fold the omelet and be able to flip it easier. Try to make sure it doesn't stick. Unfortunately, I messed up here because I left the eggs on the burner way too long. It doesn't show yet because only one side of the eggs are cooking right now and the heat hasn't gone to the other yet. But yeah, if I wanted to, I could probably fold the omelet right now. Probably should. Probably should have already put the toppings on too. Oh wait, I had to cut all that out because I had the camera sticking at the handle the entire time while doing that. So yeah. Okay, so any second now, my audio should cut out for me talking with the camera because I was talking about stuff like, oh, I messed up, it was like how I did it wrong, all that. It's like, so yeah. Until that happens, how was your day, everyone? Was it good? Shark, are you getting enough footage for this? I hope you cut out the audio of me talking because that part is for my video. Though if you take the audio out, just go ahead, use the video. Use it any way you like. Why am I saying this now? I'm gonna say when I message you in Discord, go like, hey, the video's up, take as much as you like. I have let it sit on here for too long. So it may... Yeah, it may do that. Oh, it's still gonna taste good, but I messed up. I messed up! Okay. Scrambled eggs it is. So I make a nice healthy omelet. I forget the cheese. I leave it on there for too long, so it's stuck to the pan. Sort of all the butter, so it's all sticky. Yeah, for scrambled eggs, doesn't want to do that. I forgot to put salt and pepper in the eggs before I beat them. Darn it! Salt and pepper on the eggs anyway. Yeah, eggs not the most flavorful food, but, I mean, come on. It's salt and pepper, they're the most basic seasonings ever. I wouldn't mind putting a little bit of cayenne pepper in here. Oh, I should have chopped up some jalapenos. maybe sports peppers, just something to give it a little kick. Because black pepper was just meh, and I don't feel like grinding up red pepper flakes. I wish it didn't go from me trying to make an omelet to me just going like, okay, scrambled eggs now. You when I do that. But this is what happens. I didn't prepare. I was like, okay, I just want to make this. Didn't even bother checking to see if we had everything. It's like, oh, we don't got any bell peppers, so I ain't gonna go in here. So go with green onion. Yeah, I like green onion, though I normally put it in soup. It's like, yeah, but I had it with eggs before, and they were good. They were good. Green onions is good. Okay. Green onions is good. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't sound the same. It's like drugs are bad. Okay. Drugs are bad. And if you take drugs, you're bad. Okay. Okay, so I messed up on the cutting. I have messed up on keeping track of time. So the eggs got stuck. I also put too much. Yeah, it's an omelet, but with this kind of thing, you do have to flip it, and you do have to fold it. Yeah, you can do it without flipping it. You can do the fold thing, but you have to make sure you don't put too much in there, and I put way too much stuff in there, so it didn't fold properly, and it broke apart because there was so much stuff that was just pressing against the egg, which is like, yeah, it's like, this is a 2-egg omelet. You're not supposed to use that too much. If it was like 3 or 4 eggs, yeah, maybe the amount I use would be more appropriate, but it's like, you probably have the camera pointing. Anyway. Yeah, so here's my scrambled eggs. Omelet, 1 omelet. Yeah, it's good. Tastes good. It's like something I like on eggs anyway, but it's like, yeah, I messed up. So on several steps, and done what was gonna be what I was gonna hope a good looking omelet to pile of eggs and mostly raw ingredients because I didn't saute the onions. Looks better. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. Have a good day.